What's up guys, Nick here for Spin Fuel's Daily Vape TV. Today we're going to be taking a look at two flavors from Space Jam Juice, Astro and Omega. I got these flavors from VCCNE and I learned something interesting when I was there. I asked the very nice people that were running the booth what the PG-VG ratio is, and it is 50-50. So not like 70-30 as I guessed in my previous video. They are 50-50, so if you're using these in a tank atomizer or anything like that, it's going to run a little bit smoother. In the dripper though, you're not going to get quite as much clouds, but honestly I think with a decent build you can get a pretty decent cloud out of it. They also have two additional lines, Drake's Vape and Obsession Vapor. I have yet to try those, but I'm hopefully going to get my hands on some in the near future for review, so stay tuned for that. If you like Space Jam Juice, make sure you check them out on Facebook and Instagram. I did receive these products free for the purpose of review, but if you were to buy them for yourself, they would cost you $22 for a 30 ml bottle, and that's pretty reasonable for any high-end premium e-liquid. First up, we're going to be talking about Omega. I just want to note that I'm testing this on my vanilla mod with a Still Air clone and a 0.24 ohm 24 gauge 6-wrap sleeper build, and I'm using just regular rolled cotton. With this build, I find that you get a little bit more cloudage than you would with a tank atomizer or a higher resistance build, so I'm really liking this one for this flavor right now. Let's go ahead and drip it and I'll get to my review. So like I just said, you do get plenty of clouds out of this with the right build. I feel like this build is definitely good for this flavor. The juice itself is decently thick, not as thick as a higher VG juice, but it does stick to your wicks quite well. And I find that the flavors themselves last a while. Even when it's starting to run dry, you don't get a huge burnt flavor out of it, so I like that fact. For the flavor itself, a lovely peaches and cream, very bright, sweet peach. It's not like an overly candy peach or a really fake peach. It's definitely a more natural peach. If I had to compare it to one I've already tried, it would be Mr. Good Vape's Karma Cream. Very similar flavor profile to that one, but I like this one a little bit better because I get more of a natural peach flavor out of this. Let's go ahead and give it another shot here. As you all already know, I'm a huge peach guy, so this one is right on my level. Really loving this flavor. Glad I picked it up at VCCNE. Hopefully I'll be picking up some more in the very near future. If you like a good peach vape, this one's definitely for you. I recommend this to anyone that wants to try something that's really natural tasting and just really, really good. So let's give it one more try and we'll get to my ratings. So for the flavor on this one, I am absolutely loving it. I'm going to give it a 4.5. Really, really good. I'm loving the peach. I like the smooth finish on it. It's got a really nice mouth feel, and the aftertaste it leaves is just really nice. It's very satisfying, a very relaxing vape after a long day, so excellent job on this one. I'm definitely digging this stuff. So flavor 4.5. For the vapor, I'll give it a 4. It's pretty decent on a good build, but with something that's like a tank atomizer or something, it's not going to quite give you the clouds that you would expect. But otherwise, I think you could run it in just about anything and it'll work just fine. For a 50-50 juice, it's pretty good. And the throat hit is, I'll give it a 4. It's right where I like it to be, not overpowering, just a little bit of tickle in the back of your throat. So the throat hit's nice and smooth too, so I'm really enjoying this stuff. I really recommend this to anyone. Definitely go out and pick some of this stuff up. Alright, so that does it for Omega. Now we're going to try some Astro. I'm going to re-wick and we'll be right back. Alright, so next up we have Astro in the dripper. This one is a delectable blend of apples, strawberries, and peach. I think this blend is like a really nice delicate blend. It's not overly powerful on any specific flavor, but it does come together really nicely. The inhale is really fruity and sweet, and the exhale is very refreshing. So let's give it a try here. So I feel like on this build it's a little bit too harsh for me. I think on this one I might prefer it in the tank atomizer a little bit better. I have tried it in different atomizers like my Nautilus and also my Russian 91%, and the builds on those are a little bit higher, so obviously you get a little bit lighter flavor to it. This one's a very, you know, I think the best word to describe it is a delicate flavor. It's very light and sweet, but at the same time, the blend is just so nice. It really comes together. The peach in it is very hidden. I feel like the strawberry apple is most prevalent, and overall I think the apple flavor really stands out the most. On the inhale you definitely get a lot of the strawberry apple flavor, and on the exhale you definitely get a hint of peach, which is a good finish to this flavor. Really enjoying it. This build, like I said, it's a little bit extreme, but you definitely get a good cloud out of it. Probably more than the Omega in my opinion. So let's give it one more shot here. The throat hit on this one is a little bit harsher than the Omega. Maybe I'm just noticing it a little bit more because the cream flavor I think may tone down the Omega a little bit, but this one is definitely a little bit harsher for me. As far as my ratings go, for this flavor I'll give it a 4 just because the blend is really nice. The peach doesn't really stand out too much, but it does give it a nice finish. For the vapor I'll give it a 4. Very dense, thick cloud for a 50-50. It does perform well in a dripper, so that's good. And overall, I think there's plenty of vapor on this one. And for the throat hit, I'll give it a 3.5. Like I said, a little bit harsh for me, but maybe it's just the build. Tried it in the tanks, and it's a little bit lighter, so it's decent, but nothing too overbearing. But it does, you know, give me a little extra throat hit. So that does it for my reviews on these two flavors from Space Jam. If you'd like to try these flavors for yourself, just go to the link in the description. I'll have it there for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Check out spinfuel.com for lots more articles and video reviews from Tony Britton's Vapor Trail channel, as well as Smokin' Joey. So again, thanks for watching, and vape on.